What's going on, everybody? We're back again with another fly around video in a city, and today's city is Milwaukee. Milwaukee, nicknamed the Brewer City and City of Festival. It's the historical Midwestern hub for inventions like the typewriter, CarMax, and hosting the world's largest music festival, the Summerfest, being the birthplace of Harley Davidson. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy up into the air real quick and check out Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's a little bit of a cloudy day today, but still beautiful. So hopefully that right there doesn't play no factor as we struggle to get off this runway. Leaving out of Milwaukee International. Woo, baby. Nice little headwind, or should I say tailwind. Nonetheless, we're in the air. As we got our co-pilot today. Let's take some looks at Milwaukee and see what Milwaukee has to offer. Now, one thing about Milwaukee International Airport, it is a little bit outside of the city. Just like Chicago's O'Hare, Milwaukee International, I don't think technically it's in the city limits. If I'm wrong, can somebody please correct me. As we fly towards the city of Milwaukee in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's read off some fun facts real quick. The typewriter was invented in Milwaukee in 1876 by a guy named Christopher. Quite interesting. I didn't know that when I looked up some fun facts about Milwaukee. Also, the ATM machine was heavily developed in Milwaukee, and many locations still call them a time machine. Take your money anywhere and everywhere. Also, the popular lip balm CarMax was invented in a kitchen in Milwaukee in 1930. Definitely did not know that. Never know about a city or an area until you do some research. As we have a quite windy day today. Get a nice little look at the Milwaukee area. Also, the avocado, first grown by a Milwaukee postmaster, Randolph Hass, in 1925. Quite interesting. As we try to look at some key marks in Milwaukee. Now, this is a city that I have been to multiple times over the years. If you watched my previous video, I am from the Chicago area, southeast side of Chicago. I have been to Milwaukee plenty of times. Milwaukee from downtown Chicago is about a 90-minute drive. A little less than 100 miles. Sitting right off of Lake Michigan, just like the city of Chicago. as we see everything that Milwaukee has to offer. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's safe to say that Milwaukee is the biggest city in Wisconsin. Several sports teams do play here. The Milwaukee Brewers, also the Milwaukee Bucks. But sadly, the Green Bay Packers do not host their venue in Milwaukee. That is more north in the city of Green Bay. As we get a nice little look at downtown Milwaukee. Try to slow it down just a little bit as we get a beautiful shot of downtown Milwaukee. Now, every time that I have been to Milwaukee, it's been for one or two reasons. Either one, came to Milwaukee to go to their famous Water Street. A lot of clubs and bars down Water Street. Or two, coming for a sports game. Either the Brewers or the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, Milwaukee doesn't have the biggest downtown footprint, but it's quite impressive. That I will say so myself. Right here, as you see where my cursor is, that is where Water Street is. A lot of clubs and bars are in that area. Right next to that, I believe it's called the Forms Arena. That is where the Milwaukee Bucks play basketball at. It's a lot of places that don't have a lot of development, like in this area. Sure, that gives Milwaukee's downtown some area to grow. But a quite nice downtown, I must say. Has a river that runs through the city, just similar like Chicago. Something about these Midwestern cities. As we get a look at the Milwaukee's Bucks Stadium. Nice little fly around of downtown Milwaukee. Harley-Davidson, the iconic motorcycle company, was founded in Milwaukee in 1903. Quite interesting. Also, dinosaurs. The Milwaukee Public Museum houses the world's largest and most complete dinosaur skeleton. Interesting. Did not know that. Right here in Milwaukee. The most complete dinosaur ever. Wow. As we get a nice little flyby of downtown Milwaukee. One thing that I do say that I do like about Milwaukee when I do come here, it definitely keeps its roots for the most part. Unlike Chicago with modern day buildings and construction, Milwaukee still looks like a time capsule. Still in the 1940s or 1950s with the architects that is the downtown area of Milwaukee. As we get a real nice flyby. Look at that. As we make our way towards the western portion of the city, you can see Milwaukee's quite flowy highway system. It's a place over here that I have been to a lot, and that is the Potawatomi. Me personally, one of my favorite casinos if I have to go and gamble. But the Potawatomi is right here on the outskirts of Milwaukee. Very famous casino, the Potawatomi. I've been there multiple times. Multiple times. Let's get a little fly around of that. Point out some places that I have been to. Now, as we make our way a little bit more west, please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe that this is still considered the city limits of Milwaukee, but it is the Milwaukee land area nonetheless. We have the Brewers Stadium where the Milwaukee Brewers play at. I have been here several times over my life, and I must say, in person, it's quite massive. Not a big baseball fan, but I will say, probably out of all the baseball stadiums that I have seen, I might have to say that this one right here has to be one of the most impressive ones. And I believe it has a trackable roof. Let's get a nice little fly around of this. Look at that. Go ahead and loop it around real quick. Quite incredible. Quite incredible. As you can see, the diamond in there. Massive, massive baseball stadium. And as we fly out a little bit more west, to some notable things that I know about Milwaukee. We're going to come up on a racetrack that is in Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Mile. Some more fun facts about Milwaukee. Ice rink. The Red Arrow Park Ice Rink is the largest, it's larger than the famous Rockefeller Center ice rink in New York City. Did not know that. Did not know that Milwaukee had a larger ice rink than the Rockefeller Center ice rink in New York City. Quite interesting. Cream City, the nickname comes from directly yellow cream color brick made from local clay in the 1900s. Now over here is the Milwaukee Mile. I have been here multiple times. The more videos that you watch me, the more that you'll learn that I am a big NASCAR fan. Been watching NASCAR since 1998. Easily one of my favorite sports over football and basketball and such. But this is the Milwaukee Mile. One of the oldest oval tracks in the world, not only in the world, but in America. Battling right there next to Indianapolis as one of the oldest and famous tracks in the world. Sadly, Milwaukee doesn't get used as much as Indianapolis, but nonetheless, it's still a historic venue. As we loop around real quick, definitely get down in the comment section and point out some things that y'all seen, some things that I miss. Best believe we will definitely revisit Milwaukee in later videos. Maybe you seen your house. Please don't give us the exact location. But if you seen your house, say that, hey, you flew over my house. Get that comment section popping as we take another look at the Milwaukee Mile. And another fun fact about the Milwaukee Mile, it is called the Milwaukee Mile for the simple fact that this is a mile-long track, hence the name Milwaukee Mile. This is one thing that I really do like about Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm able to go to these different places and not only experience them, but also share them with others. One thing about me, I love geograph. I love to go to different places. And I love looking at things like this. And I hope you do like the same. As we get one more fly around the Milwaukee Mile. Now, as we fly out of here, if I'm not mistaken, there's an airport to the northwest of the city. Got to try to land this puppy somewhere. My thing is, if a city has two airports that's somewhat close to each other, I like to take out a one and try to land at the other. As we get another look at downtown Milwaukee, roughly about 4 miles to the east. Quite a nice city, I must say so. Oh, hello. Now, if my eyes play me right, I believe there's an airport right there. And if so, that is where we're gonna bring this bad boy down. Yeah, that looks like an airport. One thing about Milwaukee, every time I've been to Milwaukee, I have never really truly been on the northern west side of Milwaukee as we get a look down the lake. And as you can see, you can't see the city of Chicago from this far, as the city of Chicago sits 90 miles. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we have a runway and where we're going to land. Put down some flaps. Slow this bad boy down. Give me just a little bit of speed. Well, this will be my second one of the day. And it seems like we're coming on the wrong side of the runway. Nonetheless, we're coming in hot. Luckily for this plane right here, doesn't need a lot of runway to land it, as we're getting hit by a massive tailwind. Ooh-wee. The wind today is severe. We're going to use a lot of this runway to get leveled. But I think we will be all right as we a little rough. Oh. Yeah, the tailwinds today is definitely strong. Definitely not in my favor. But hey, we was able to stop it before we went off more into the grass. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that video of taking a look at Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Make sure you rate, subscribe, all that good old stuff to the page. You already know. And I'm going to catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace, love, and blessings and positivity.